Good afternoon. My name is Melvin Suncin. I'm a student here at Da Vinci Design High School, the class of 2017, and I'll be presenting my math and chemistry PoL. And I'll be beginning with my math PoL. And, so first, my homework completion chart. As you can see, I did pretty well, but except for homework number 7, I believe I turned it in late, so that's like the lowest one. And I did check my answers after every every time I finished my homework. And if I didn't understand like a problem, I sometimes ask for like questions for help. And this is my assessment score chart. These are trackers of our quizzes, tests, and corrections. As you can see, it's like low, but I think I improved a little bit because on my quiz, it's low, but when you see on my test, I improved a tiny bit because it's like a little bit higher. And as you can see, the corrections, I didn't do it because of my lack of irresponsibility. I didn't, always forgot to do it. And I studied by doing problems that we did in class, but like I just like redid them, and then I kept on doing it until like I got it right, like I did everything right. And my semester improvements is that is on my studying skills. I began like I started studying like more. I've been reviewing my notes more. I've been, like I said before, I've been practicing the more problems of what like we're doing, and I also been like asking more questions to my peers and you, like if I can help. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about my essential skill 2, congruent triangles, learning target 2.3, isosceles and equilateral triangles, and learning target 2.4, properties of triangles. Okay, so first this is my quiz 2. I chose problem 3. As you can see, this one from my quiz, the original one. I got it incorrect, and then I corrected it right here. And for the incorrect, what I did wrong was I right here, and for like once you choose like the equations for the even each side of the triangle, I added the variables, so that's what led me to the problem to be all wrong. And the correct way to do it was once you chose the two equations from the sides of the triangle, you had to subtract the 5 but on both sides, and then you'll get negative 24. And then once you have that, that's when you'll that's when you begin to have like the rest, like since that equals to negative 24, you have 2y, the leftovers, minus 24 equals 5y, and then you'll subtract 2y by the other variable, and then you'll have 3y, and then you'll subtract that by negative 24, and then the y will be 8. And then once you have that, you choose another equation, and then you plug in what you got for y into the other equation, and then I got 2 times 8 plus 5, 16, which was 16 plus 5, and then I got 21. So since it's an equilateral triangle, all the sides will be 21. This is my test problem. From test 2, I chose number 4. I got this one correct, and I'll explain how. So it's the same. It's similar to the other one from my quiz. But right here I got 3 answers because I chose 2 equations from each side, and then I solved it by subtracting the variables by both sides, and I got negative 2 equals negative 1x plus 1. And once I got that, I subtracted 1 by both sides, and I got negative 3y equals 1x, and then I divided the 3 into negative 1, and I got x equals 3. And once I got the answer, I had to plug in the x to these equations, and then so for line LM I got 7, for line LN I got 7, and for line NN I got 13 because I plugged in the 3 to every equation. Okay, this is my other quiz. This is from quiz 2 again. I chose number 6. What I did wrong on this quiz problem, this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. What I did wrong is that, like, I didn't really understand, like, what we had to do, like, when it was, like, a square root. So, I just did something, like, really dumb. I just wrote, like, what I got, like, for leg, and I just left like that as an answer. Because I didn't really know what to do, so. But now I do, because, so I corrected it, and the formula will be at leg equals leg, and hypotenuse equals leg square root 2. Okay, so once I have that, since I have a 90-degree angle on my triangle, whatever's across that will be your hypotenuse, and I have an x, so the x will be the hypotenuse, and the leftovers will be the legs, which is 11 square root 2. And once I have that, I plug it into the formula, which will be x equals 11 square root 2. And then it'll be times 2, because that's part of the formula. And since there's gonna be two 2's, it'll become x equals 11 square root 2 2. Since there'll be two 2's inside 2's inside the square root, they become like together, and they'll become like just like 1 2, and they'll go on the outside of the square root. And then once you have that, you'll multiply 11 times 2, and then the x will become 22, and that'll be an answer. This is my other test from test 2. I chose problem 3. I got this one correct. So this is again a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So what I did here, I had to I did the same formula, and I got 16 equals x square root 2. So I just crossed it out, the square root 2 right there, and then I had 16 over square root 2. And once I got that, I had to simplify like the lowest, the lowest that I could do it. And then once I simplified it, I got 8 over square root of 2. And now my grade defense, I think it's like pretty much based on this, because I feel like I have like my grade is like what it is now for math is because my homework. I think since I've been doing it, it's been making my grade like stable. It hasn't been like lowering it, but it's like been helping it stay in the same place. And I feel like my improvement kind of like helped me too in my letter grade. And that's pretty much it. I'll be presenting my chemistry field. Okay, for my chemistry field, I'll be presenting Unit 2.A, atom structure and nuclear chemistry. I didn't do so well on this exam. The different parts I got, you can see, low, but now I'll be presenting that I got. So I chose like one problem for each part. This is for 2A. The mass of a calcium atom is due primarily to the mass of its protons and neutrons. An atom is 99% empty space, and the 1% missing from that is in the nucleus, and the nucleus is also like the heaviest atom too. And this is 2B. This is about J.J. Thomson's experiment with the cathode ray. The cathode ray tube led him to conclude that atoms have electrons. So what he did, he shot a gold foil, and he saw that how like all the particles how they were like all connecting to the proton. So that's when he knew that the electrons were that's how he knew they were electrons, because they were getting like attracted to the protons, to the positive. And this is 2C. Very large nuclei tend to be unstable because of the repulsive forces between protons. So this is protons, since they're both positive, they repel from each other because they're the same. And the neutrons, they're like neutral. And the smaller the nuclear is, the more stable the atom will be. And part of that, you have electronegativity, which it keeps the electrons together, and ionization energy is how easy it is to keep an electron. So So on the periodic table, if you go from left to right, electronegativity and ionization increases, and the radius, if you go from left to right, it decreases. And now I'll be explaining for 2D. It's based pretty much about elements. So as you can see, like for an example of the argon, this will be the symbol. That will be the atomic number, and this will be the atomic mass and the name. So this is what I'm going to start explaining. What is the total number of protons contained in the carbon-14 atom? So pretty much what you like to know, like in a quick way, how much a proton has. You have to you can look at the this one. You have to look at this number, at the atomic number. And when you see that, that's how you know that that's the amount of protons that the element has. Or you can also do a Bohr model, which has it's like where the proton and neutron are inside the nucleus, and in each shell, the first shell can contain 2 electrons, and the rest can contain 8. So once you do that, since you have once you put them, like the electrons in there, the amount that you put in a shell, well, that'll be the amount of like electrons you have. But yeah. Now this is 2E. For the most common types of radioactive decay, the most massive particle is the alpha. The alpha is 4/2. It's a positive. It's the largest particle. And the other one are beta. It's which is -0/1, and that's a negative. And then the gamma, it's a 0/0. It's neutral. That's the question.
Right, thank you. Can you